Hi everyone, welcome to this week's instalment of my cross-stitchy progress. I am on take 2 because I just had a attack of the sneezes. Hopefully they're finished. Anyway, if you are a returning subscriber, welcome back, nice to see you. If this is your first visit here, I am sharing progress on 8 projects that I have started this year, having previously been a one person at a time stitcher, one project at a time stitcher, blimey. I have the time to do it because I care for my mother who's in declining health, so I thought I would see how many cross-stitch projects I could do while I was looking after her. Anyway, I don't have as much to show you this week as I had planned. I ended up with overseas visitors last week, and the times that I thought I'd be able to stitch, now my throat's going, I wasn't able to, so I didn't end up stitching at all until Saturday, a couple of days ago. So there's no more progress on Lucy Calcutt. She'll have to wait until next time, poor girl. So a couple of projects to show you and then some haul, and that's about it. I feel there's a cough coming. Okay, so I've got a couple of days on Farmhouse Christmas Little House Needleworks, and I'm still on project 3, part 3. And all I had done last time that you saw this was the outside border and the little snowman. So I got a little bit more done. Start of the house and the tree and the cardinals, but they don't have their eyes or beak yet. So yeah, so that'll just carry on. Excuse me. I have a new start. So in fact I've now got 9 projects. I've been on a shopping spree. So if you are a returning viewer and you don't go backwards and watch some of the previous videos, I've just finished a 5 purchases haul thing. Got all of those 5. The minute the last package arrived, I placed an order with 123 Stitch. That package arrived in a week, which is a miracle. I don't think I've ever had anything come from America in a week. What I didn't order in that order, which was what I was meant to do, was the threads that I needed. I needed more threads for Harvest Keeper because I was running out, and I didn't, when I kitted up my Blackbird Designs Garden Club series, I only brought the threads for the first 3 charts. So I had a quick look at part 4 to see what I still needed, and I needed maybe 3 or 4 more threads, so I had those on the list to do. In that order from 1 through 2-3 Stitch, I did not add the threads, which meant I had to order again. 1-2-3 Stitch didn't have wood trail, but they had some of the others, so I placed an order with them, so threads and charts, went to Everything Cross Stitch. They had wood trail on their site, but an ensuing email said they didn't have wood trail. So I had 3 threads ordered with them, and of those 3 they didn't have 2. So they will be sending some charts and 1 thread. So I then put a call out on Stitch Mania, and a very nice lady from a place in Massachusetts, that wasn't said very well, New England, Bush Mountain Stitchery, said she had it. So I went to her website and placed an order for the remaining 2 threads that Everything Cross Stitch didn't have, that 1-2-3 Stitch didn't have, and some charts. And I had a bit of an epiphany. I really struggled to put charts in the cart in the last store. I think I've reached the point where I've pretty much got everything that had floated my boat in the time that I came back to stitching last year. there will obviously be things that I will discover seeing people stitch, and that's happened for two things. I'll explain in a mo. But I pretty much have exhausted my wish list. There's a few Periscola Santas that I could get that, you know, it's neither here nor there. I'm not too stressed about it. So hopefully that will curtail my shopping a little bit. Neither 123 Stitch or Everything Cross Stitch had the two new animal stacks from Plum Street, the chickens and the cows. There's a Brenda Gervais I'm after that I haven't seen anywhere other than Jen's stitching niche on Etsy, and we know the Etsy postage is horrendous. And there's a Not Forgotten Farm Bees, and I don't know any more than that now because I can't even find it again to see it, that I think I saw on a different Etsy shop again. So those are about the only four things at the moment that I'm interested in, and I haven't seen them in any of my normal places. So hopefully I can curtail my shopping. But in the meantime, I've got 3 orders coming, and I bought 2 PDFs. So this is my new start in one of the PDFs, and this is The Scissors by Shakespeare's Peddler. I thought I would do this to add to my presidential blue wall to be. For those that don't know what my presidential blue wall to be is, I have a little bit of a love affair with Gentle Arts Presidential Blue on raw linen. If you go back a week or so, again, if this is your first video, and have a look at my Quaker, you'll know what I mean. So this I am adding to. So I made a start yesterday at Stitchy Group, and I've done some more today, and this is where we're at. So that's the extent of the length of the piece. It doesn't matter how long it is because the fabric's wide enough. I was a bit concerned that the fabric wasn't long enough, but it is. So it's going to be lovely. So I will finish that. Today is the start of my 4 free days. But I know that I'm not going to be able to stitch on Wednesday, and I'm focusing on Harvest Keeper, so I won't stitch on this again now until the next free slot days come in a couple of weeks. The other PDF that I ordered, again for my Presidential Blue Wall to be, is this little beauty from Modern Folk Embroidery. And I think that'll look great too. So, someone is stitching this on Instagram, and I don't know who. It's what reminded me again. I saw it coming up in my feed. It reminded me that it's something I wanted to get, so while I was spending money, I just got it. Okay, my order from 123 Stitch included the reason that I was ordering, and I haven't taken these out of the wrapping, sorry. I've got part 6 of Farmhouse Christmas, Pinewood Farm. So that's part 6, that can go away in the bag. I got this year's Periscola Santa. I thought he was quite cool with the snowman, even though we don't get snow Christmas in New Zealand. The snow on them there hills now. I got, thanks to spying it at Stitchy Group 2 weeks ago, I got Harvest Time primarily for the top. I've got a couple of others of these now that have this scene. Village Green, and I think, is there a Christmas one? Not sure. But that's the primary reason for getting this one, because I don't really do Halloween. So I got that. And then I may have said this last time when I talked about one of the new channels that I had spied, the Silver Creek Samplers. I got, it's Sing a Sampler series, and it's the Do Re Mi from Sound of Music. So there's part 1. Part 2. Part 3. Cute. And the final part, 4. So these will be, because of the wording, I don't know, I'm going to be able to hold it up very well. You'll get a bit of an idea. I've got a big enough chest to hold them up. I will do them across the fabric like that eventually when I do it, so that the when you know the notes to sing, you can sing most anything. It makes sense across the bottom of the piece. Of course, I could always leave that off and then do 2 rows of 4, but I think across would make sense. So no immediate plans, I just wanted to get them. I am operating on if I want it, I get it, but as I said, I think I've exhausted that now, so that is that. I think that's everything I had to show you this week. 10 minutes, 11 minutes. I was watching, there's a new English girl I found, Smurfette Stitcher. Again, I just don't write these things down and I try and remember it, and I don't bring my iPad in. Lovely little English girl. She's doing Babushka's Bees, Plum Street Sampler, and that's the first time I think I've seen that stitched up, and that's now gone on the wish list. As well as one of the projects that Donna Ray at Flannel Jammy Farms is stitching, Friends of the Heart. That looks really nice stitched up too. So there's about 6 things at the moment that I want without the new releases, and the Part 7 of Farmhouse Christmas will come. So I'm going to try and keep my shopping now to the end of the month when the Farmhouse Christmases release, and just behave. One of the things that went through my mind, I think it was possibly watching the little English girl Smurfette Stitches, was the Know Your Needleworker tag. I never did that at the beginning, primarily because I wasn't really sure how I would be received. I don't know if people are interested in me doing it 30 odd videos in. I don't know how interesting it will be. Given my penchant for waffling, it could be horrendous. But again, I suppose I could just delete the video. Anyway, if it's something that you would be interested in, just indicate in the comments and I will find the questions. I don't even know. I suppose they're on Instagram. I don't know where they are. I could just make them up. And I'll do it for you. Especially when there's not a lot to show. That's something I can at least fill out a video for. So that's my lot. As I said, it's the start of the 4 free days today, so I probably won't stitch again today. So I'll have tomorrow and Thursday I will do Harvest Keeper, and then we'll be back to the start of the rotation again, so Orchard Valley Quilting Bee on Friday. So that's where we're at. So I shall leave you to it. I hope you get to stitch everything you want to stitch, buy all the things you want to buy. And I will catch you next week for another week's update. Thanks everyone. Bye bye.